Yo, Master Adversity Doc here, living the best day ever or best night ever. I'm shooting this outside of my home in Bear, Delaware, and I'm just kind of looking around at the camera just to make sure of what I'm looking at here. So, this is an introductory video to my series that I'm going to start back up. I used to shoot videos on my fan page, and I used to talk about all kinds of fun stuff about books and things that I was reading. I was learning about personal growth and mindset, and now I'm just kind of bring it out as a marketing thing, one-shot video. Each video will be about 3 minutes long, tops. And just wanted to get this video out there. I'm probably going to do multiple videos a day. So I'm just kind of going to jump right into it. And the first thing that I wanted to talk about was just the difference between online and offline marketing. I guess I can best liken this story to organizing tournaments and gatherings for just recreational things. So what I'll teach you in this 3-minute video is what the difference is between offline and online, and how you can scale your business, no matter what business you're in, to get just more eyes in front of your opportunity. That makes more sense. And the best way I can explain this is when you're doing something offline. Say you organize an event for video games, which is something I do in my spare time. I don't play them as much as I get people around to play them at a very specific event. And you kind of want to go and find just where the people who are most likely to do that thing are. So if you have like a job, or you go to school, say you go to college, or you're involved in just a community, and there's like a game room, and you go in there and you find people playing video games, well, you're going to go and ask those people, if they like to play video games, and what kind of games they like to play. When working my job at Amazon, I kind of went to the game room, and I would find people there playing. And after a while, you get to playing with these guys. You say, hey, would you like to organize an event outside of here to get it done? Kind of outside of work, so we can have more time to play because it's limited. And people will say, yeah. So somebody had an organized event where they invited people to their home in order to play video games. And we do it like every other Thursday. All right. And you go and find more people, and you kind of grow the event by telling people to tell people to tell people. And it grows, but it's limited to where you can find the people who are targeted, because you can ask a lot of people, but they might all say no. So you're kind of working against yourself. And I've done that twice, to the point where the events can have tournaments. People are willing to put money in and compete for pots. And then also, back when I was in college, I built up a huge just event at this one apartment that wasn't even my own. And it got to the point where there were so many people coming in and out just randomly that the guys who were my friends that were actually living in the apartment had to kick people out. So what you do is you find out where people are, and you ask the people who are most likely to join what you're doing to join. And it doesn't always happen. So it's one of those things where it's still a numbers game, but you get targeted traffic to what you're trying to do. Now online, it's a little bit of a different beast. Back in 2008, I built something called the Online Play for Everyone Network. And the reason why I mention this is because I was kind of a shut-in. I did a lot of things outside of school that was extracurricular, but I, aside from that, also played a lot of video games, and I had nobody to play them with. So I went online, and I was on this website, and they had this blog function. And basically what it meant was, if somebody signed up to your blog, what that allowed you to do was you could have people receive notifications in order to respond to posts that you put, which were little like forum posts. And you could ask them or do something or say something. You could do forum games, and people did fun stuff with that. But what I did was, there was this huge group of people on there that were really excited for this one game called Super Smash Brothers Brawl. Back when it was just coming out, and we were really excited. There was a lot of buzz around it. And when the game came out, everybody kind of like disbanded. So it was weird, because everybody was really excited to play with everybody, but we didn't have an organized system to do so. So I created this blog called the Online Play for Everyone Network, and I would go to where people hung out on the website, which was kind of like an off-topic section where people could just post about whatever. And I would ask them if they wanted to join my blog. Doing this online, there's a whole lot more people. There were some 200, 300 people on that website actively at a time. And what happened was, it didn't happen all at once. When I built the system, it worked really well because all the people had to do was post in game invite to what they wanted to play, and then somebody would respond. But since there weren't a lot of people, it didn't really work until 90 days later, where more and more people were joining because I was going to where the people who would play the game were, and I was posting my link, not spamming it, but building relationships with the people who were in the area that I was marketing to, right? And then I was asking them to join. It kind of established a bit of a reputation, kind of established a little bit of seniority on the website because I was on there since like day one, and people were just like, "Oh, you've been around, blah blah blah," and you just talk to people and all that good stuff. But then basically they started joining, and then they started telling people to join. And when they wanted to play a game, they would ask those people to play. And eventually, 6 months into it, I had so many people on this game where there was absolutely no one there. When I went online, constantly. It was constant online traffic. And years later, I'm still friends with a lot of the people who were regulars on that website and on that blog. And we kind of have been this core group to the point where we actually got together and created an event where we went to a convention together, and we all got to meet each other for the first time, which was really cool. So the same thing applies to your business. When you're going in word of mouth marketing face to face, that's your marketing, that's your prospecting. When you're doing it online, though, you're doing it in a way where you're posting and you're making comments on a social media platform where people hang out, which is like Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or whatever. And then you build relationships with people, right, through posting. You can do it face to face and you can talk to people, but you're really just trying to build rapport and responsiveness, which is really important. And once you do that, you ask them to join your thing. Now, sometimes they'll say no, sometimes they'll say yeah, if there's an opt-in, blah, blah, blah. But you go where the people are, where the people are most likely to join your deal are, which is targeted traffic. And then what you do from there is you build your organization. After a while with the open, that's what it was called for short, the open. I didn't have to build it. In fact, it got so big that I had leave my organization and it was still growing beyond my influence. And it had 200 people on there. So I built a business of about 200 people before I knew about online marketing, which is why I'm particularly good at it now and why I choose that as my strategy. I can offline market too, because I can build rapport. I have no fear talking to people and asking them to join things or talking to them, but I just find it is horribly inefficient because even at DeVry, which was where I was going for gaming school, and everybody there is a gamer because people were there for GSP, which was gaming simulation programming, I only built up a event of about maybe 30, 40 people tops. And there was about 50 regulars, not even. Probably about 40 tops, whereas it was online 200 people around the world. And we all managed to meet each other anyway at Otakon through planning, which is kind of like your business's events. So really, it doesn't matter how you decide to do it, but online is the same way. You just got to kind of translate your mouth to mouth to finding the online communities, actually presenting a solution. My blog to get people to connect to play games wasn't just a problem I was having, but everyone was having. And you provide a solution, they use it, and then they tell the people about it, and then they get people to join, and that's how you build your organization. That's how you build business, basically. Now, of course, upselling, building teams, and keeping things together is a whole nother story, but that's kind of the general gist of how to use, say, online marketing versus offline marketing, where you still want to go where people are going to be. So in the case of your average entrepreneur, you'd probably want to go to events where people are learning how to make money. There's like the Millionaire Mindset Intensive that's all over the place. There's success coach trainings where people who are in business are trying to learn how to get more skills and how to do things. There's people who create gatherings for entrepreneurs to network. There's networking meetings. You want to find those people because not everybody's trying to build their own businesses in, say, an MLM or what have you. So really simple stuff. I think that's enough for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys got a little bit of value out of it. And I hope that you guys can learn kind of the differences between what I'm doing right here with this camera and creating a video to provide value and post to people who are targeted, in a sense. That's kind of the hidden lesson here versus going around and maybe prospecting, grandma and going around and asking all your friends and family to join, which I've done multiple times. So they're not having it anymore. So I kind of have to learn how to do something different, and I did, and I created results doing that. So I'm going to close this video out, and be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube. If this is on my Facebook, like my fan page and follow my future posts. Thank you so much for watching this video, and Master University, living the best day ever. Sorry about the video quality and the fact that it's all weird and it's dark outside, and it's cold, if you can see my breath. And I'll talk to you guys next time.